All right. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Joy. I am back again with another video. I hope that you guys are doing well and I hope that you guys are staying safe. So, if this is you guys' first time watching me, I am a narcissist abuse coach. I've been dealing with narcissists since 2006, and since 2017, I have been helping former victims, now survivors, heal, move on, and recover after dealing with narcissistic abuse. So, you guys know when I initially started this channel was for the victims and the survivors of the abuse, right? So, for those that have dealt with narcissists, no matter who that individual was in their lives, for them to come to the channel, to get validation, guidance, clarity, confirmation, validation, and things like that. Um, so that's what this channel is all about. So that's kind of I guess this is just a disclaimer. So, you know, um, again, I know that there are different types of people listening in. So, I would just recommend if you are listening and, you're not a victim of narcissistic abuse, um, I'm not really sure what to tell you because, you may hear some things that, may be revealed about yourself. So, if you don't like what you hear, obviously it's a choice to click on this video. So, everybody has their own free will. So, you're more than welcome to click off type of thing. So, because I know that there could be some narcissists listening in and they may get upset or they may feel offended or, whatever the case may be. But you have to remember that this information is not for narcissists. They are for the victims of narcissistic abuse. So we just want to make that clear. So, again, everybody has their own free will here. We're not telling anybody what to do, but we have to get the information out to the victims. We have to get the information out to the survivors so they can know how to deal with these type of individuals. So I just wanted to make that clear. So anyway, you guys, I did want to go ahead and talk about a topic here. It was a comment from a viewer and a subscriber. So again, you guys, please continue to keep doing that. That really does mean a lot, and it actually is helpful, for those that need the information, those that are dealing with the abuse and things like that. Those just wanting to know how to cope. Now, what's crazy, you guys? Many, many years ago, well, not that long ago, probably in 2022, there was an individual that did reach out to me, and they was basically saying that they felt that they were a narc, and I was just kind of saying. I was just kind of surprised because usually folks that are narcissists don't admit it, if that makes sense. So a lot of times people who are narcissists are like kind of like in denial, they like to hide things and stuff like that. So, but the individual was, they booked a session with me and we talked and things like that. Actually, we had a few sessions. You guys know I do support sessions. I have 30-minute, 60-minute, 90-minute, 2-hour sessions and things like that for folks that have dealt with the abuse or just other mental health challenges and things like that. But the person, we kind of did like a little diagnostic session there, and we kind of assessed his personality, his attitude, and his behavior. And, again, I'm a coach here, so I'm not, I wasn't trying to diagnose him or anything like that. But he asked me, and I was just like, well, let's just kind of go for it, type of thing. And so we like looked it up as far as, what it means to be a narc, narcissism, and having NPD. And as we went through the list, I think it's on mayoclinic.com. You guys can Google it here. But essentially, you know, he had, like, I think they say if you have 5 or more of those particular behavior patterns and attitudes, then you're kind of classified as a narcissist. You have like the NPD, personality disorder, and things like that. So, I mean, that was a rare case, but the thing about it, like, usually the narcs that I have met or have been around have never admitted to being a narcissist. It was always more, they were in denial, they didn't want to take accountability for their actions. It was more like, they use reverse psychology. They're like, oh no, it's you type of thing. And, they blame other people for their behavior. They blame other people for their mistakes and things like that, for their or failures in life. They like to project that onto other innocent people type of thing. Or they could blame it on family members or, their children's, whoever they scapegoat and stuff like that. So, I just wanted, um, just to let you know that sometimes, depending on how severe the NPD is of that individual, they may or may not admit that they could have, narcissistic qualities about themselves. Like some of them will kind of fess up, in rare cases. Now, again, so that was one scenario. And then I want to say it was in 2021, another individual did reach out to me. It was a male that reached out to me and was kind of saying the same thing. They're like, hey, I think I'm a narc here. I think this person had, a significant other, and I guess they had broke up and stuff like that. And, he ended up doing a video session with me, and we had a few of them. I was like helping him through some things and kind of helping him sort out his emotions and his feelings and, assessing the situation and stuff like that. And, you know, he wasn't a narc, of course, but he had some of the tendencies. But I think he was just dealing with a lot of trauma, if that makes sense. A lot of trauma, a lot of emotional baggage, emotional attachments, wounds, and PTSD and stuff like that. So we definitely kind of like talked that through and kind of gave him some exercises and some worksheets that kind of helped him along the way. And he was able to kind of continue on his journey and things like that. So some narcs will, admit to it, but then usually most of the time, if they're like a full blown narc, because you can have some people that may have the tendencies here and there, but then you have the full blown ones. Like the full blown ones will not say, hey, I have a problem here. Hey, I need to work on myself, or hey, something is wrong. Like maybe I need to go to a therapist, a counselor, or coach here. Maybe I should stop blaming other people for my problems, and, maybe I should work on myself. I should do some inner healing, some inner work kind of thing. So, just wanted to just throw that out there here. But yeah, let me go ahead and go over this comment here so we can kind of discuss it. Let me look here. And if you guys have not, make sure that you do subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you do share it with a friend, give it a like, that way other people that need the message, it can help them in any way and all that good stuff here. Yeah, I kind of want to bring up two topics. I did talk about this previously. Okay. So yeah, let's go over this comment here. So the person says, this was under the video. It says the narcissist does so much to damage their children. Many people regret the narcs in their life. This was under the video. It was the narcissistic parent we were talking about here, and how they do damage to their children, which they do, right? The mothers are the ones that really do the damage to their children, because the mothers, they have a lot of influence over their children. And a lot of them, they abuse their authority, right? They abuse their power, and they abuse their position. They will take advantage of people, mistreat people, use them, and, milk them for all they got, and then just kind of disappear, or move on to the next victim or whatever, or try to control or manipulate an individual, right? Or manipulate their children and stuff like that, or manipulate their spouse or their children's father or mother, whatever the case is, right? But you guys get what I'm saying. So anyway, all right, so the comment says, karma comes to them. My 84-year-old mother has suffered the loss of her sister, son, and two brothers in the last few years. Now she faces her future old, alone, and scared, despite the fact that she has 4 kids. None of us want anything to do with her. It took decades, but all of her lies were eventually unraveled and exposed. So yeah, this is a really good topic here. Basically how the narcissist is pretty much going to end up alone. It doesn't matter who that narcissist is. Now, again, in some cases it's very rare. You could have where a narcissist wakes up and they could get at a middle age in their life where they have like a midlife crisis, or something happens to them, or something that happens to somebody in their family, and maybe they may say, hey, you know what, I don't like being like this. I shouldn't mistreat people. I shouldn't try to manipulate people. I shouldn't try to control them. I shouldn't be behaving this way. Now, that doesn't happen often. That's a very small percentage, you guys. Just being honest, it doesn't happen often. It could happen, but it's not the average situation. It's not at all. So I'm just throwing that out there. But a lot of times, these narcissists will push their loved ones away, right? That they will push their children away. They will push their other their significant others away. They'll push their friends away. They'll push any associates or affiliates. They'll push them away, basically, and they do it based off of their behavior. Like they mistreat you. Like I said, they devalue you, they degrade you, they try to destroy you, they try to kill your dreams. They try to destiny swap. They try to do things that are devious and deceptive, and they're just very miserable people. They lash out. They have addictions, and they want you to put up with that. They want to feel like that they can do whatever they want to do, and you can't. You have to follow by their rules. You have to be underneath their control while they do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's just not acceptable. You know what I mean? And that the narcissists they just feel like they can do whatever they want, and nothing is going to come back on them, and that's just not the reality. You know what I mean? So you just want to keep that in mind here. And again, the thing about what the narcissists, they will try to apologize, right? They may try to come back and apologize and say, hey, I'm sorry, like I didn't mean to do that. I wasn't thinking, or I was dealing with a lot, and things like that. They will, some of them will try to come back and apologize, especially, if they're older in age, or maybe they're going through something and stuff like that, or they may feel like they need you for something, or they want to control you again, or want to use you. They'll come up with a sob story. They'll come back and apologize to gain your sympathy and empathy. They'll use that against you if you ever had any dealings with them, or even if it's a family member, they'll use that against you. And then you may believe them, right? You may believe what it is that they're telling you, and they do that to regain their control over you. But again, also they'll do that to they'll do this because they feel like they need you in some way. They're codependent on you. But again, it's about the control, right? But the other thing is because for some of them, that they're realizing that they're getting old. They're getting older in age, and they realize that the way that they've treated people all of their lives, they realize that it just hasn't done anything for them. It just kind of hasn't gotten them the results that they wanted. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes they'll come back and apologize, but remember that apology is not, it's not genuine. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a sincere apology, especially if their behavior continues. You get what I'm saying? So, and then also to some narcissists, what they'll do is like I said, they'll try to blackmail you, or they'll try to threaten to hurt themselves. Or for some of them, they may try to threaten to hurt you. Or for some of them, like I said, they may get other people involved and stuff like that, other relatives involved, or other associates or other affiliates involved and stuff like that. So, but a lot of times, they will eventually end up alone. They will, and they do it to themselves. Like no one else is doing it. Because I'm pretty sure if you was around this individual, you probably did like them. You probably loved them, or maybe you thought that they were fun to be around, or maybe this was like your mother, or maybe it was your dad, or your sibling or your auntie, your uncle, and you had love for them, and you cared about them, and you wanted the best for them, or whatever the case may be, but they didn't feel that way about you, right? And I'm pretty sure you could tell based off of the current status you have with this individual now. You could see that their intentions was not good for you at all. Like, they didn't mean you well, you know. It just wasn't authentic, and it's unfortunate that sometimes this can be your own mother. Sometimes, if you have a narc mother, they will give you bad advice. They will steer you in the wrong direction. They will lead you to danger. They will lead you to destroy or self-sabotage your future. They'll try to self-sabotage your present moment, and then they'll try to self-sabotage your future, right? With whether that's future opportunities or future relationships or future connections, or the ability to live your life and be free and be happy. um they just don't want you to do it. They feel like you're leaving them, and they feel like you owe them your life, which you don't owe anybody your life except for God, because God is the creator, right? So even though you may have came through her womb, it's like God was the one that created her, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? And so only God is the creator, and God is also, he can take a life too, though. God can create a life, and he can also take a life. You know what I'm saying? So you just want to be mindful of that. But yeah, and so but yeah, the narc they will try to use different tactics and things like that to slither their way back into your life and things like that. Try to play victim or the sympathy card, or try to say, oh, I did this for you, oh, I did that for you, try to make you feel guilty, and or to say, oh, I took care of you your whole life, you don't want to take care of me, and oh, I'm getting older now. Like, some parents will do stuff like that, um, you know, and think, it's just about the control, right? They don't care, they don't love you, they don't care about you. They a lot of times a narc would do, doesn't matter who the narcissist is in your life, is they will say, like, they'll do stuff for you, but they're not doing it out of the kindness of your heart. Like, I had that experience with my aunt. She literally would do stuff for me, but it wasn't that she did it because she cared about me. She did it because it made her look good. And that's sad, right? That's like, why would anybody do that? Like, you get what I'm saying? But remember, the narcissism is about the image. That's all they care about. They don't care about anybody else. They don't care about anybody else's feelings. They don't care about who it's affecting or how it can harm an individual. It's all about them. They want what they want, and they feel like if you have it, they want it, and they feel like they can take it. And it's just like, yeah, it's a very interesting mindset, So, but as far as the narc mother having her kids, whether it's your personal mother or maybe it's an in-law, they'll raise you up, they'll take care of you and things like that. But at the end of the day, they feel like, oh, well, since I raised you, you gotta be with me for the rest of your life, kind of forcing you to live like they want to live their life through you, basically. Like I said, and they will give you bad counsel. They really will, and they will like to see you struggle. They want to see you do bad. They want to see you fail. Like, it's crazy. And this, like I said, this could be your mother or your father. It doesn't matter who it is in your life. Or this could also be friends. You could have, like, people around you that you think is your friend, and they're not really a friend like that. Some of the people that you have around you, maybe you've been around these people, you've been affiliated with them, associated with them, and maybe they had some sort of control over you or something like that, or maybe they was able to, everything was cool, but let's say, you may have started meeting new people, you had new friendships, new affiliates or something like that, and you noticed that your older friends, they may try to, like, make your new friends feel uncomfortable in some way, or they may try to say little things that would, make your new friend feel just kind of different or whatever, or just kind of picking at them or whatever, or like try to bully them or something, or make them try to like react or something like that. That's how you can tell if somebody's your real friend or not. Because if somebody is your true friend, and let's say you have another friendship or you have another connection, that person would be genuinely happy for you, right? They would be like, oh, okay, like, like I want to get to know that person and stuff like that. Or, oh, I want to, like they would be cool. Like there wouldn't be any animosity, no jealousy, no enviousness stuff going on, no competition or anything like that, or not trying to like become that person and, try to do everything like that individual. Like there wouldn't be a need for that. You get what I'm saying? And so that's how you can tell like who's your real friend or not. Like, are they happy for your new friendships? Are they happy if you like meet somebody that interests you and you tell them about that? Or, are they like really happy for you? Or they're like, oh no, like I don't know about that person. Or, oh, like, are they kind of sizing that person up and they don't know anything about that person? They're just going off, just what appears, what they think they know the person, but they really don't know that individual. Like, you get what I'm saying? You got to be careful with that, or do they feel like they want to like, sabotage that new friendship you have, or sabotage that new connection you have, just because they're jealous, or just because they're miserable, or just because they're bored and they don't have anything else to do, or, they're just a happiness hater or something like that. Like, I noticed that, like, sometimes, and this is not even just about narcissism, but just normal people. Like, it's crazy to me. I think it's crazy. You guys have to let me know what you think about this. But sometimes, and you guys tell me how you feel though. You may have people around you that you think are your friends, or people that you think are, they have good intentions for you, or affiliates, but they really don't like, if you're happy or something. They don't want to see you smile. They don't want to see you doing good. Like, but meanwhile, they actually have a relationship. Like, let's say, for instance, like, you have friends, right? And your friends are all in relationships, they all have partners and things like that. And let's say you, for instance, you're like, oh, you know what, I have an interest in a person, or it could, let's just say it's a new friendship, doesn't even have mean that you have interest. Let's just say you have a new friendship, and you start telling your other people that you think are your friends, you're telling them about this person. But maybe like when you're around, everything seems cool, everything is friendly and stuff like that, but behind the scenes, your friends may be trying to like talk down on your friend, or trying to bully your friend, or trying to make them feel uncomfortable, or make them uneasy in some way. So that's how you can tell who's a real friend and who's not. Because like I said, anybody that, or anything, it doesn't even have to be a relationship, but anything good that comes into your life, or any exciting news that you have to watch how people react. You have to see, like, are they happy for you, or are they like, oh, I don't like that? Or, you know what I'm saying? Are they like talking behind your back? Are they gossiping and like wishing bad, like, or evil eyeing, stuff like that? You get what I'm saying? So you have to be careful. And I kind of do want to talk about, that's like another topic, but to kind of go back to what we were talking about though, as far as the narc here. Um, but yeah, so this person was just saying that even though her mother was a narc, that she doesn't want anything to do with her, and that's eventually what the narcissist will do. They will make it so that you don't want to have anything to do with them. That's literally what they will do, and it's not anything that you've done. It's simply based off of what they have done to you, right? Maybe because they feel like you're not listening to them, or maybe they feel like they can't control you, or they can't manipulate you, or maybe you speak up, you stand up for yourself and stuff like that. Maybe you want to heal, you don't want the drama, you don't want the toxicity and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, be mindful of that. But again, these narcs, like the person was saying, the lies are eventually, they come out and they're exposed, and you don't have to expose the narcissist. They expose themselves, I mean, it's not anything that you have to do. They do it to themselves, so that's just something to be mindful of here. You know what I mean? So I hope that that was helpful. You know, it's just crazy though to me. I just think that it's a very interesting dynamic overall with the narcissist. And the thing too about the narc, sometimes they will be with someone, like, because sometimes they'll end up alone, which most of them will, and then others of them, they may find a way in which they get a supply to where they can like really dumb down that supply, whoever they're with, or they can get them to be immune to the abuse, or they don't say anything about it, or they don't speak up for themselves. Like whoever they're with, they may be like a pushover, people pleaser, doormat, that type of thing. So sometimes the narcissist can really get a supply that is just kind of there. And maybe because the narcissist is very picky about who they pick. Like a lot of times when they're picking people, especially when it comes to individuals that they're intimate with or who they're around, they like to pick people that they know they can manipulate, right? Or they feel like is like, oh, this person is a nice guy or whatever like that, or a nice girl, or oh, like they'll test you in the beginning to see like if you'll allow them to like mistreat you or say little like smart comments. And like they'll do the whole like grooming you in the beginning. Like they'll try to test you and stuff and see if they can get away with little things. And if they feel like they can, then they can be like, oh, okay, that's a good target for me. Or, oh, I can abuse that person. I can control them. I can manipulate them. I can have my way with them. So they're very picky about who they pick. They're very specific about who they pick, right? And things like that. Like sometimes they'll pick somebody that they feel that's weaker than them or somebody that they can control. And then other times they may try to pick somebody that is a little stronger than them so they can try to break them down too. But a lot of times the narcissist will go for the softer targets or the easier targets because they feel like they can manipulate them a little bit better. So, and things like that. So just be careful in regards to that. I learned that like many, many years ago that the narcissists, yeah, they specifically have a certain type of person that they go after. They also want to have a person that's empathetic, sympathetic, someone, you know, that can feel sorry for the narcissist whenever they do their dirty work or whenever they um, are trying to get away with stuff. Or they, let's say they betray you or they lie to you and stuff like that. They want to have somebody that can be like, okay, like I'll forgive them, like, I know no one's perfect and stuff like that. So you'll take them back thinking that things could change and that they're better. They'll pick those type of people. And so like they'll take your kindness for weakness. Basically they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, like I can get over on them type of thing. So, you just want to be mindful of that. And it's unfortunate. It's just like, I don't get it. I don't understand. But just know that, the narcissists, a lot of them will push people away. They will, based off of their behavior, right? Based off of their behavior. And it's just like, you're not doing that to them at all. You're not doing that to them. You don't want to mistreat anybody, right? You just want to be cool. Like you want everybody to be happy. You love people. You want the best for people genuinely. I'm pretty sure if you're listening to this, if you were a former victim and a survivor of narcissistic abuse, you probably are a good, genuine person and you have the best intentions for everybody. Like you don't want to harm anybody. You don't want to hurt anybody or anything. But some way, somehow, you find yourself attracting narcissists, or you find yourself attracting toxic people, or maybe you could find yourself attracting people that mirrors whatever wounds or addictions or different behavior patterns maybe you may have had, or somebody that you can trauma bond with, or like somebody that you can share the same traumatic experience with, or you guys have that sort of commonality between you two. So, and then, also too, the narcissist likes to pick somebody that's hurt, somebody that's in pain, somebody that's heartbroken or depressed and stuff like that, because in that way they could take advantage of you when you're in your most vulnerable state. Because, if you were healed, if you were, kind of work through those traumas, then the narcissist is not going to be attracted to you, because the narcissist is, they don't want to be with anybody that's like healthy and healed. They want to be with somebody that's hurt and in pain and just maybe like just depressed, or like I said, or just somebody that is just not fully aware of like what's going on. They want an unhealthy relationship. They want a toxic relationship, because that's what the narcissist is, right? So, and again, if there are narcissists listening to this and you get upset, then that you've just kind of like revealed yourself. I mean, this channel is not for narcissists. This channel is for the victims and the survivors of narcissists. So if you're a narc listening and you're getting upset, you shouldn't listen to it, because it's not for you, So to each his own. I know that there's still going to be narcissists listening. So I mean, that's your choice, So everybody has a choice, right? So disclaimer. Right? I'm just here to help the victims. I'm just doing what God has told me to do. So if you have, like I said before, if you have a problem with what I'm saying, you have to go to God. That's just what it is, right? So, but I hope that made sense, you guys. Like I said, when I initially started this channel years ago, like this was like back in 2017, like I had no idea about narcissist abuse, you guys. Like I had no idea that existed. And I just know that what I went through, and I knew that I needed to heal during that time period, right? And I knew the only way that I could heal was by talking to victims and survivors about what I experienced, because I knew that whatever I had been through, I knew that I wasn't the only one that had went through it. You guys get what I'm saying? And so that was really the biggest thing. But I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about like another topic here, you guys. And I have like so much more, but I don't want to make this video too long. We're gonna have to save it for Sunday. But I'm pretty sure you guys heard about what happened. There was a case. Did you guys hear about that lady that she got executed in her home? Like she said that there was somebody that was intruding in on her house or something like that. And I guess there was an officer that had came to her place and basically just executed her. It was a black woman, right? So that was a crazy story. And the crazy part about that, you guys, like someone had actually told me about that, but then like because I don't really watch the news and stuff like that, because I'm not really a news person. But yeah, and I was looking at the story and I was listening to a podcast earlier, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, for me, I just feel like, like women in general, especially black women, because, I am a black woman. I'm a black female and stuff like that. And so, we have our own community and things that, we deal with as a community, especially like I'm an American myself. So I'm from the US, born and raised here. So, we have our own issues and struggles. Now, I know that there are other people that are from other countries, and things like that. So, but, my family was born and raised here in the US, so. And I was just, I was listening to that story and I'm just like, wow, like that's really crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed, and you guys share with me what you guys think. I want to know how you guys feel genuinely, because is it me or is it just a lot of women are just don't like each other for some reason? And I mean, I know why. I understand why. I know it's just jealousy, it's envy, it's hate, it's a lot of things that come into play. But for me, I kind of like, I want to know, like, what do you guys feel could be some solutions to this? Because I feel like there's a lot of hate in the women community. Because, like, and it's crazy because I was watching this video where the guy, he was saying, like, yeah, like, he feels bad for women because he knows that a lot of women don't have women friends. You know what I'm saying? Like it's rare to have like a real friendship with another woman, like a friend girl. Because I know like some of the guys may go through this, but a lot of guys, they don't have to deal with that for the most part. A lot of guys don't have to deal with like the pettiness, the the drama and the gossip and stuff like that. A lot of gossip that happens within the women communities, and I notice like the black women, black female community, that occurs. And I'm not sure, because me personally, like I'm not really like that. So, and I didn't really grow up like that either. And so for me, it just doesn't resonate with me. I don't really understand. I mean, I understand, but it just doesn't make sense to me at times. Um, but I want to know, like, any solutions that you guys feel that we can do, especially as a black community, the females, because I feel like, if us females, if we can like support each other more, if we can try to love on each other, maybe, or at least talk about like how we feel, or try to come up with some solutions. Like, I want to know what you guys think, because I feel like there's a lot of hate. Unfortunately, there's a lot of envy, there's a lot of jealousy, and it's just like it's for no reason a lot of the times. And it's just like, if we can really move past that and move beyond that and really understand like what we're dealing with, as far as like in regards to other communities, and like, that whole situation where the lady got executed in her home, you know I mean, kind of just really supporting each other more, and like being each other's like companion or friend or whatever. Even if, I mean, I'm not saying this for, people that don't like you. Like, I know everybody's not going to like you, and you shouldn't want to. It's like, hey, it is what it is, to each his own. But just generally, like, if you have a friend, a female friend, and you see that person looks good, like, oh, like, it's cool to compliment them. It's cool to say, oh, that looks good, or, what I'm saying? Like, or if you see, a person has this going on in their life, it's like, oh, okay, like, congratulations, like, good job, that kind of stuff. It's like, what's wrong with doing that? Like, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I've seen that a lot, especially in the black community, or just women in general. But I think the black women community, we have that really, really, really bad. And like I said, for me, I'm a very solution oriented person, and I would love to know what you guys feel as well, and how you feel that maybe we can, you know, come to a commonality or common ground on how we can heal that. Because I'm wondering, maybe, do you guys think it's coming from like how we grow up? Is it, you guys think that it's like how we grow up is because of family members gossip? And so, and then the thing is, because think about it, like when you gossip, right, that means that you're saying something that you don't want somebody, whoever you're gossiping about, that means you don't want that person to know that you did that, unless you came up to them and said, hey, blah 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 blah. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I'm just curious, like, what are some of you guys' solutions? Do any of you guys like have any solutions? Me, like, I want to support other women. Like, I want to support Black women. I really want for us to feel like a community. Because to be honest, I don't feel like it's a community when it comes to Black women. I feel like sometimes, I mean, we talk as a whole. We talk about hair. We may talk about nails. Just other stuff. Who knows? Like, other topics, maybe like BBL stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm just making a joke, but you guys get what I'm saying? Like, it seems like sometimes we talk about like low level surface stuff, but it's just like, how about, like, have you guys ever wanted to like empower one another, inspire each other, motivate, and like move beyond like the drama? You get what I'm saying? Like, move beyond the gossip and move beyond the cattiness. It's just like, what, I mean, I don't know. Again, maybe it's just me. I really want to know how you guys feel. Like, because I don't know. I just feel like women hate other women. And I think it's just a genuine hate. And it's just like, I don't understand why. Like, I just don't get it. And it's like, when instead of hating, we can actually work together, and we can, move in a way that would help lift each other up instead of trying to tear each other down all the time. Now, when it comes to narcissists, that's not possible. That, I mean, they're no. I'm not talking about narcissistic females or mothers or in-laws or whatever the case may be. That's a no-go. But I'm just talking about normal people. Maybe they're just um I don't know. Maybe they grew up in a household where there was gossip and stuff like that, or it was just a lot of drama. Who knows? But I don't know. I would just love to hear you guys' feedback on that. I would love to know. I mean, and I do have my healing in my recovery room. So if you guys want to join that group, feel free. So, we can support one another. We can help each other heal. We can motivate each other and just really build each other up as a community. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a lot of that. I mean, the guys, on the other hand, some of the guys, like, they have actual brotherhood. Some guys have guy friends, but I've heard in many cases, please let me know, you guys, a lot of females do not have friend girls as friends. It's just because some of them, they just get jealous, they get envious, and they're competing all the time, and they're trying to self-sabotage, or they're trying to sabotage their friendships, their relationships, and they're giving advice where it's not asked for or where it's not needed. And they're just trying, just do all this stuff, and it's just like, what is this? Why? Like, I'm not understanding, so let me know what you guys think. I would love to know how you guys feel on that. But overall, I definitely want to have a solution for that. And I know we can't save the world, obviously. So whoever needs to hear this, they will hear it, and hopefully, you can kind of have a solution. Or if you want to reach out to me in any way, and we can talk things out or whatever. Or if you want to book a session with me when it comes to dealing with narcissistic abuse or this topic here, anything, or you want to learn more about, building a relationship with God and stuff like that, let me know. Or any other mental health challenge that you could be dealing with. I would love to know what you guys feel and things like that. Because God put us on earth for a reason. We are here to please God. We're here to, live our lives to the way that it would make God happy. Like one thing that I've learned, you guys, is that our life is a gift. So God has given us a gift of life, and how we live our life is our gift back to God. So, and for me, I'm just thinking like, wow, like, I can only imagine how God feels about people, especially like when God has given us this life, and how we are living our lives. And I'm not here to judge anybody, by the way. Disclaimer. I'm not perfect here. Like I said, I'm a human being. I'm just like you. I'm just an individual that I have been through narcissistic abuse, and I was able to overcome it by the grace of God. And now I'm just sharing my story with you all and what has helped me overcome it. You get me? So that's basically my story. I'm not here to judge anybody or make anybody feel bad. I'm not here to make anybody feel upset or anything like that. I'm just revealing my truth, and this is what's true for me. So whatever is true for you, that's true for you. But this is what's true for me. You get me? So, but yeah, you just have to really be careful though when it comes to you know, narcissists, and understanding their intentions for you, and friends, people that you may think are your friends are really not. It's sad. It's sad, and you may trust these people. We trust narcissists. We sometimes we end up trusting the wrong people. But what I realize is sometimes you may have to trust the wrong people in order to trust the right people, right? So sometimes you may have to go through these negative experiences, these negative friendships, or these connections and things like that, it'll kind of lead you to where you're supposed to be, or lead you to the right path or the right person or the right connection. So sometimes you may have to go through the fire sometimes, you know. But yeah, I want to know what you guys feel like, any solutions you guys have, as far as women hating each other, and women trying to tear each other down, and things like that. Like, let's talk about how we can build each other up, how we can uplift one another instead of trying to tear each other down all the time. It's like, it's just, we're not getting anywhere, because we see in these situations where the law enforcement, we have to be careful, because these folks, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to support each other and love on another, and be inspired by each other instead of like hating on it. It's no point, So anyway, I love you guys. I hope that this made sense. And resonated. Like I said, I would love to know you guys' takeaway. I would love to hear your feedback. Like I said, feel free to join my free Facebook support group called the Healing in the Recovery Room, and join in. Or like I said, if there's any way that I can support you in any way, make sure that you do reach out to me. You can go to my website at livenarcfree.com, or you can send me an email at livenarcfree9 at gmail.com. And any way that I can support you, please let me know. Or if you want any advice from me, you can book my unbiased personal advice. Or like I said, you want to learn about my self-study books, my self-study courses, my 90-day coaching program, please reach out to me. Or if you like what you heard, if you are feeling called to donate, if you're more than welcome to do that, because you guys know that whatever you do give, it definitely does come back to you tenfold. So if you want to do that, I would say thank you in advance. You can do so at $CoachJoy510, or at PayPal, livenarcfree9 at gmail.com. And also, too, I know this is kind of random, you guys, but another thing that I was thinking about when it comes to, or maybe I'll save it for another time, but I was thinking about how sometimes, and I guess I just don't get it, but this is just something that I was thinking about, like how, let's say it's your friend, and let's say that person is in a connection already, but somehow, some way, they may try to control you and control like who you're friends with or who you're connecting with. Like I don't understand that. I don't get it. Like I don't know if it's just due to boredom, or if it's due to just being greedy, or just selfishness, or I don't get it, you guys. You guys got to like inform me, let me know about that. I don't understand certain things. But anyway, it's all good. But I love you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care. Bye, guys.